Burkina Faso President Captain Ibrahim Traore is turning Burkina Faso into paradise. Why am I saying this? Captain Ibrahim Traore has met with the families of their fallen comrade. For many centuries or decades, Burkina Faso has been living in hell. People of Burkina Faso or Burkina Faso have been living in hell. But at the time of this man, things are changing. Now, why am I talking about this? We all know that Burkina Faso has been at war with the insurgents, fighting insurgency in the region for over 10 years now. So many of the soldiers of Burkina Faso has lost their lives in fighting for their country. And those people are heroes of the state. Captain Ibrahim Traore has taken the initiatives to meet the children of their fallen comrade, to educate them, to make pledges to them, to be able to take care of them. He is putting the initiative to take care of the family of their fallen comrade.
Just as I feel at home with you, in our army we say that it's just one family. So wherever you are with soldiers, you are at home. So we don't see you as outsiders, but as our brothers, our children, our sisters. There is already the beginning of a solution to the problem you experienced in the past. It has been a full 10 years, indeed a complete decade, that the nation of Burkina Faso has been valiantly fighting against the pervasive threat of terrorism. The country has undeniably been through an immense amount of hardship and significant challenges, but unfortunately, the critical and pressing issue of orphans and widows had not been given much serious consideration or adequate attention. I think that since last year, specifically through the dedicated efforts of Savovic, we collectively decided to establish and create a structured organization that actively tries to meticulously register and document, to register, gradually and through platforms, all the nation's orphans and also the widows of this war.
Why is it taking this initiative? Gone are the days where soldiers died in battles, but their families are being left to suffer. Their families are being left to wander on the streets without any proper care from the government. Captain Ibrahim Traore has seen this from a different perspective. He is trying to do this to motivate more soldiers to be able to fight diligently for the liberty of their country. Because he has seen so many of their foreign comrades, children, widows, and whatever has been suffering. Their countries, many countries have left them to suffer, many African countries. So the question is, how many African countries can be able to do this, if not Burkina Faso? Now, as you can all see, Burkina Faso President Captain Ibrahim Traore's actions is shaping the country. So in this meeting, he is telling the children that they shouldn't be afraid. They are there for them. The military or the soldiers are their newfound families. They shouldn't be afraid of anything. They are going to take care of them and make sure they school them. Not only that, there will be a basic training for these kids to understand the main purpose why their families, their fathers, their mothers are not there with them again. They understand, because these children are the main candidates for those who to understand what it takes to fight for your country, what it takes to fight for the liberty of your own country. They are the best candidate for that because they have that in them. They have the seed of heroes in them. Captain Ibrahim Traore is talking about widows. This is a real change in Burkina Faso. You know, widows are the ones whose husbands has died in war, fighting the terrorists and fighting for the liberty of their country, and they lost their lives in battles. So Captain Ibrahim Traore is taking the initiative to visit the children and the widows, giving them support, supporting them in any way that the state can.
And I hope that by then we will be able to have an exact assessment of the situation. This is the 5th decree that has been enacted. It was not long ago. This means that there are documents that are approved in the Council of Ministers to grant you the status of national orphans. And that's what entitles you to the card you have there. So we are registering people gradually. And I believe that all the children who are currently living with disabilities or in difficulty, who have not yet been registered, will be registered and will receive their card and have access to all the services you mentioned earlier. You are the pillar of this nation, you children. And you must understand that the situation we are experiencing is not a normal one, if I may say so. But you, the orphans, you must understand even better than other children why Burkina Faso is in this situation. What are we doing to get ourselves out of it? And what must we do to ensure that this situation never happens again in the future? That is why, in addition to school, you will need to receive special training.
You know, this is a real change in Burkina Faso. Many African countries may try to replicate this, but the only thing we see is you had somebody somewhere, just an individual taking the money for him or herself, spending the money without looking after this widow and children with these orphanages. But here in Burkina Faso, things are changing. Captain Ibrahim Traore has issued ministers to take full control, full access of whatever they are going to be doing. It's not about somebody taking the money. And this man is a real change. This is what Africa is doing. The question is, how many people are willing to fight for a country or to fight for states that will neglect them if they are no more? How many people? How many people can make that sacrifice? But here lies the case: soldiers in Burkina Faso are fighting day in, day out for the liberty of their country because they have seen one man, a president, who is willing to sacrifice for them, a president who is willing to change their story if they are no more, to let their family know that they are heroes of the states. Well, that's very great. It's massive because for me and you, we all know that if there's no motivation, if there's nothing for us and the access to fight for our country, we will not fight because there's nothing there for us. Everyone has family, everyone has wife, and if you go on the battlefield and you lost your life, who is going to take care of the family? Who is going to take care of your children? Because whenever a soldier falls, the first thing that comes into his mind is his family, his children, the wife. That's what comes into a soldier's mind. So if that memory cannot be lived on, if that's somebody cannot carry that memory on, then it's useless fighting for your country. But here lies the case. Captain Ibrahim Traore is trying to motivate these soldiers, trying to motivate this case to be the best candidates in the next generations, to fight purposely for this because they have the seed of the heroes. They have that seed of bravery in them.
Because you are the witnesses of this situation. You are the witnesses today, and you will be the witnesses tomorrow. You are in the best position to tell other children what you are experiencing because this situation happened in Burkina Faso. That is why I said, starting in 2026, God willing, we will begin building a number of schools that will be called the nation's PP schools in order to support you. And for those who would like to be boarders and all, we want to provide all the necessary conditions. So, construction will begin in 2026. We don't know if the first buildings will be finished in 2026 together, along with other children, of course, but also to better explain the situation to you and how you should handle things so that this situation does not happen again in Burkina. Many have suffered when they lost their parents. Many continue to suffer. A related question is that people are not well received in foster families. Others are mistreated. That's why we are taking all the necessary measures to make sure you are comfortable, so that you can go to school for free, receive healthcare for free, and be able to travel for free. The first steps have already been taken, and I think that as we go along, we will spare no effort to ensure that you are in ideal conditions to be able to work and also to continue until you find a job and that the state can support you in this regard. You should be the privileged witnesses of this situation. And this training can only be done once you have been gathered in a specific area, which will be the schools of the nation's future. So prepare yourselves for this. You will be in good conditions in these schools to better learn about what Burkina Faso is experiencing. Why is Burkina Faso being attacked? Who are those who have come to attack us to the point that we have lost our brothers who are your relatives and everything? And why did this situation happen? And what must we do so that tomorrow this situation never happens again, neither to your classmates nor to your children? Because you will grow up and you too will have children. But your children must grow up in very good conditions. They must not suffer, they must not experience the situation you are living through. And that is the fight. So each and every one of us, no matter how small we are, must imagine tomorrow. When I grow up, when I have children, I will do everything so that children are not in the same conditions as I was, that I experienced. So for that, you will have to fight and you will have to better understand the situation. And it is you who will have to teach your other classmates who do not know the situation that you know. So this is a first measure that is planned to build several schools across the country where you will be very well supported. So coming back to access to healthcare, education, and other services, I think, as I said, that this is a beginning. We are already trying through the pupil card to give you access to healthcare, education, and many services. But it's not perfect, it's ongoing. Every time we have a list ready, we will continue to enroll people. And also for the various services, we will try to make sure that you have free access to all services. That is our goal. For example, someone mentioned private schools, so I invite the minister to quickly look into what kind of agreement we can have with these private schools, so that when there are wards of the nation in a given area who do not have access to public schools, or if there is a specialty in a private school that they want to access, what agreements can we make with the school to pay for these school fees? and so that you can very easily access close to home the various services you need. The various social services as well. We are working to increase the number of social services, especially in terms of healthcare. If you notice, we are currently building many health centers. This is to bring health centers closer to the general population. But in any case, before all of this happens, madam, the minister will also look into all possible agreements we can make with private social services, possibly those in your areas where you could have access. So I am waiting for a concrete proposal on what can be done when a ward of the nation shows up somewhere, and it is not a state-run service. Presenting their card, how they can access the service, and what the state can do with that structure. Regarding the possibility of meeting again, as for the first question, I would say it's always a pleasure, okay? You will always be welcome here and we will see each other again. This won't be the first or the last time, okay? So you are welcome here and don't hesitate. If you have any concerns, pass them on through the parents and it will reach the ministry. We will see what we can do, and when the time comes, we will meet again like this. To exchange ideas, you will be welcome. We will always make time to receive you because you are heroes. You are the children of our heroes and you are heroes of this nation. You are the true heroes because you carry deep inside you in silence the pain of a present that we are living through. And you must be the ones who guarantee with God's help the future of our homeland by explaining to others how it happened and what must be done to never fall into it again. So you will always be welcome and we will see each other again, okay? So I assure you of this. For other means of transportation, it's the same thing, the various social services as well. Transportation is part of it. That's a very good question. It's true that Sotraco is free at the moment, but when the children want to travel, maybe from one city to another, private transportation. So, madam, the minister will look into it. What kind of agreements can we make with the different transport companies so that you can also take the bus for free? For the various social cases that may arise, it's true. We've seen situations where, after the death of a combatant, there are inheritance issues, there are questions of compensation that divide many families, there are people who are excluded from their families and so on. You are absolutely right. But we are starting a program through certain state structures, and we have also invited private partners to join us in urban development. So there will be a lot of social housing in particular. What you may have seen on TV, social housing that we will build a bit higher up, apartment-style systems. The state will get involved so that you are also taken into account in these apartments. So that when someone and their mother are not well received in a given family, the state can find an apartment and give it to them so they can live there. So God willing, starting in 2026, construction will gradually begin so that we can provide social housing. Also for our PPs, which you are. So all these issues can be resolved, and it's just a matter of timing. This goes hand in hand with all the other issues like schools and health centers. We will do everything to have health centers and schools nearby so that you can be properly educated in these facilities and also receive medical care. So I can confidently assure you that numerous comprehensive measures are actively being taken so that in the very near future, you will experience the utmost comfort and well-being possible. And I encourage you to keep working hard so you can set an example for other children. That's what I told you. So you, at your level, must also be instructors, right? You need to be able to share your experiences and explain to other children why you must work hard, stay disciplined, behave well, and listen to your teachers in order to become excellent instructors yourselves tomorrow. So I'm counting on you to be disciplined, and I can see that you are already very disciplined, as if you had a bit of military training before coming here. That's what was done. You were trained? Oh, really? Do you truly want to be actually trained? So we'll include military training in the future schools for the nation's little ones. You'll like that, won't you? Many people here want to be in the military. You will defend your homeland, and that's what matters. So it's a noble profession, and we will do everything to ensure that you have these values of integrity and patriotism wherever you are. So I can count on you, on your discipline, right? Work. Everyone works well, I hope. All right, I will check with your teachers. Next time you come, I will ask for everyone's report card. I hope everyone has at least the average grade. All right, so congratulations to all of you. Soon it will be the holidays, so keep working hard at school. Work hard, respect your elders, respect your parents, respect your instructors at school. They are your parents, they teach you, they educate you about everything you need to do, and you should respect everyone in everyday life. I can count on you because I say that you will be role models, and you must be role models. You must be exemplary Burkinabe citizens. And when we say Burkinabe, we mean a person of integrity. We do not lie, we do not steal, we do not cheat, we work, we are disciplined. In short, there are many qualities you need to have. I can count on you. I can count on you. Thank you very much, and I am very happy. And so, God willing, we will meet again next time to discuss many other topics that you want. May God bless you, and may God protect our dear homeland. Homeland or death, yes, the homeland or death, that is absolutely it. And we will always, always prevail and triumph.
Now, what do you think Captain Ibrahim Traore is doing over here? Captain Ibrahim Traore is trying to make sure that the government gives arms to these children, to this buried family, to these widows. He is trying to do that with government, and he is making sure that these people are going to receive services from the government, not from any individual. He is going to partner with private sectors, but purposely he's building schools, he's building hospitals for the entire population of Burkina Faso, and also he's going to make sure that these children are different from others. These children are being taken good care of. They learn, they are going to be basic training for these children to also be equipped with a standard of fighting terrorism. I bet you it is a game changing in the lives of these children and in the lives of the whole country of Burkina Faso. We all have seen that what Captain Ibrahim Traore is trying to do in Burkina Faso is one of the marvelous and incredible things that Captain is putting into his initiatives. The initiatives is one of the best in Burkina Faso. You know, this man has been doing a lot in Burkina Faso, as we can see so far. Since the time he took the seat, he has been changing Burkina Faso from one thing to another, which many Africans with so many years of democracy could not has done or have not done. Is owing corruptions, spending public funds, and a whole lot of things. But here lies the case: Burkina Faso is telling Africa something. It's working in Africa that Africa should know the best thing to do. We are destroying our own country. We can be the main purpose or the main people correcting it. Most of the times we claim the West and other things are destroying our communities or our countries, leaving that we are the main people also destroying our communities. If we are fighting against those people, we fight it well. We left corruption out of our country. We make sure there's no bribery and corruption in our states. And we do things that are supposed to be done. The leaders, our governments, are putting initiatives out there. You will see that this continent or this African continent is going to be better off than whatever we see out there. So this man, Captain Ibrahim Traore, is changing the mindset of all Africans. What do you think? This is not about great hair. This is not about growing old, or this is not about age. This is about maturity. It's not about having gray hair before doing this. This is a marvelous thing that Captain Ibrahim Traore is doing in Burkina Faso. What are your thoughts on this? If you have anything or any opinion, drop it in the comment section. Your comments or your opinions are welcome. Thank you for watching this channel.